But the Trump interview with Rogan was historically significant because you have Rogan, who at this point in time, he is the new Oprah, arguably larger than Oprah ever was.
Oh, yeah,
bigger, way bigger.
Way bigger. The reach is bigger. The platforms are bigger. There's too many different places you can hear Rogan. And then you have the most famous man, arguably, in the history of the world, Donald Trump, in terms of his exposure and the reach that he has. Globally, everybody knows who Donald Trump is. And now he sits down with somebody bigger than Oprah. This is arguably, again, to use that word, the biggest, most important interview that's ever happened in history. And she had an opportunity to go in and sit down and do that for 3 hours. Unadulterated conversation. It couldn't.
But she can't. And it's not even about, look, even when they say it would have offended the progressive staffers, I believe that's true. But Kamala was probably terrified. Because, look, David Pakman, we've been talking about him. He made a video where he's like, Democrats won't come on my show. And media is taking off. And it's like, Democrats don't come on this show or his show because they only exist in a reality where the news is fabricated for them in advance. Yep. The challenge for Democrats in going on shows is that even if they're right, they could run afoul of what the Democrats want to be right.
True.
And, Nate Silver had this, he wrote this post-mortem, I brought it the other day, where he said, Republicans are happy when you agree with them some of the time. Democrats are mad if you don't agree with them all of the time. But that says something. It says that Republicans are willing to compromise and Democrats don't care if it's correct. You have to be on the other side. So if a Republican says, hey, I want to ban abortion, and you respond with, I'd like to restrict it to 12 weeks. The Republicans say, well, okay, let's talk about it. The Democrats then respond by saying, you're both far right, pro-life, and I agree with none of you. And if anyone tries to compromise in any regard, you're far right. How do you build a coalition or win government power if your position is, even when you are right, we oppose you?
Yeah. Well, this is why Kamala, a quote Democrat, cannot go in and sit down with Joe Rogan, a Democrat. They can't
Too many pitfalls from your own people.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because the extreme has gotten so far off the wing to the left that it's, a theologian said years ago, he said, it's possible to get so far out in front of the people you're trying to lead that they mistake you for the enemy. And that's exactly what's happened with today's progressive left. They've gotten so far out in front of the Democratic Party that anybody that's got a fair mind, whether it's, the Bill Maher's of the world or the Joe Rogans or the Elon Musks or the Tulsi Gabbards, that they start identifying you as the enemy. And in essence, that's exactly what you've become.
Well, isn't it funny how a lot of these liberal personalities, not leftists, but liberals, are all of a sudden being like, oh, the left, man, I warned them. I can't believe it. But if you look at what they were saying a week or a month before, they were like, Trump's terrible. He can't win. Bill Maher, he's got two viral clips. One where he's like, Trump's not going to win.
Right.
He won't win. I don't care. A couple 100,000 people maybe, but no one's going to vote for him. Kamala Harris is definitely going to win the popular vote. Then afterwards he goes, this is why I hate the left, because they're snobs, they're snobby, they're brats, okay? They're brats. And I'm like, dude, you were saying that Trump could not win and Kamala would definitely get the popular vote, and she didn't even get that. Yeah. As soon as this dude realized he was on the wrong side of history, he starts moderating. And I'm here, there's some other personalities I'm not going to name, but liberal personalities are all of a sudden being like, oh, yeah, I can't believe the Democrats were lying about that. Oh, they tricked me. Yeah, please. These celebrities got paid. I don't know how much. The rumors, so there are some rumors about some of these celebrities getting paid to do these sponsorships, but none of those are confirmed. I don't know if, Brett, if any of that was
not confirmed, but we did, we have talked about it. Like, most of it is just an ad anyways.
7-figure rumors.
Oh, rumors are that some people were paid like $1 million to do appearances and things like this.
Well, I heard 1.8 to Eminem. I heard $3 million to Lizzo.
I don't know if any of that's true.
We don't know, but
know.
But we do know that they raised $1.3 billion and then ended the campaign $20 million in debt.
Now, hold on. That's a trick of the media, though. $20 million in debt. What does that mean? You got a credit card?
Well, it depends. Yeah, but
you have debt on it.
Yeah.
So if I said you're $5,000 in debt,
yeah,
people are going to say you're broke when you may have $5,000 in the bank as well.
Yeah.
So when they came out and said Kamala Harris is $20 million in debt, I'm wondering if that's
the question that I have with that is they immediately continued the fundraising. Even after the election.
For a recount. Do you see that?
Yeah, for the recount. And they immediately continued. So that's what made it suspect in my mind. Because, you might have, $4,000 or $5,000 on your credit card that needs to get paid off. But at the end of the day, you got to figure out how to make the money to pay that thing off.
Now, I don't know for sure, but I would say that the stories are probably plants to get them to fundraise. They want people to think they're hurting. They raised $1 billion in what was it, 1 point something billion in 100 days. Yeah. So when people are saying that the money was all gone and now they're in debt, I'm like, I know they did have massive spends. You can track that stuff, but I'm telling you guys, when someone says, "Oh, they're in debt," and I'm like, like I'll tell you this, I have $1 million in debt. Okay, because I have a mortgage. So it's not really $1 million mortgage. I'm saying I have all this debt. And if someone came out and said, "Wow, Tim's $1 million in debt," they try to make it like that. The average person goes, "Whoa, I must have $0." Trump has that famous story where he told, I can't remember if it was Eric or Don Jr., he pointed to a homeless guy and said, "See that homeless man? He's worth more money than me." Because Trump had X amount of liabilities, but, X minus whatever in assets. But Trump's super rich. He's got penthouses, he's got cars, he's got millions and billions in the bank, but he owes more on all of his businesses. Yeah. So they come out and this is the trick the Democrats play. They say Donald Trump filed for bankruptcy 5 times. To the average person, hearing someone filing for bankruptcy 1 time is rare and shocking. But for a guy who started 500 plus businesses, who's a billionaire, 5 bankruptcies is like, okay, some businesses often fail, and this guy's got hundreds of them, so sure, he's got bankruptcies. Yeah. But regular Democrats, when you go and talk to them, even prominent liberals, they're like, he's not a good businessman. He filed bankruptcy 5 times. And it's like, oh, which of the 500 businesses did he file bankruptcy on? What does bankruptcy mean? Does it mean the business no longer operates and there's no money? You know what really bothers me? When I was working for Fusion, we were a mile from Trump Doral. And all of these liberals and lefties who worked there were making fun of Trump, being like, whatever happened to all this business? Trump Steaks is gone. Trump Magazine, where's that? What happened to Trump Water? And they were laughing about it. And guess what? I got a room at Trump Doral, and I had a Trump steak, and I had a Trump bottle of water, and I read Trump Magazine. And I said, you people are nuts. These are internal products that he produces for his hotels. So when you can get Trump Water today, and they're like, nope, it's out of business. You can get Trump Steaks. You can't buy them on TV anymore, but they make them for the hotels. It's the same. They lie to trick people into thinking Trump's failed.
It's also the same people who are like, he's not successful because his dad loaned him $1 million. I'm like, that $1 billion is like way more.
Well, I've often told people, I said, okay, $1 million is 1,000 thousands, right? Yeah. So if I give you $1,000, do you know how to turn that 1,000 into $1 million? I mean, to take $1 million and turn it into $1 billion or multiple billions, I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.